Galloper controls over 14,000 hectares of land on Galloper Island. Galloper Island itself is 178 square kilometers. Our claims cover 122 square kilometers of the island, 466 claims, 13 mining licenses. Nobody else holds any licenses on Galloper Island, so it's exclusive to Galloper Gold. It sits right on the Bayvert fault line, which cuts right through Galloper Island north to south, which hosts 23 current and former copper and gold operating mines. We're only 50 kilometers away from the former Marathon discovery, currently held by Equinox, over 70 million ounces. So we are situated in the heart of the gold-copper belt of Newfoundland, in western Newfoundland, and we are extremely excited about it. Obviously, geophysics is going to be very important in allowing us to identify and confirm the targets we have already identified for our drill targets for 2026. About a year and a half ago, we drilled about 2,000 meters, about 6.5 kilometers north of the historical Lunch Pond South Extension resource. And what we've seen is very similar results to the 2012 drill program. But more importantly, what we have identified is a continuity of mineralization between the two target areas, which gives us the potential for a massive open pit potential in the future. So what we need to do is we need to identify and pinpoint the areas in between the two Lunch Pond South Extension and Lucky Smoke, and allow us to come up with a defined drilling program, which we will implement later this year. Yeah, we're cashed up obviously right now after the 2026 January raise that we announced. We were targeting $1.5 million. We ended up upsizing to $2.5 million. We closed within 3 weeks, so we're extremely excited with the interest we had in Galloper Gold. I think our story is something that has attracted everybody. The market has reacted very, very well. You know, we currently have about $2 million in the bank. So we are cashed up from a G&A expense perspective, marketing expenses, and so on and so forth. And obviously, we have now undertaken the updated mineral resource estimate process. We are doing a 43-101 update, which will be ready later on this month or next month. So we are positioned in very well and in a very strong position to go into Q2 with the idea of having the drill rigs hit Galloper Island in Q2. Yeah, I think drilling results are probably going to be later on in the year. Usually from core to lab to results is about a 6-week process, depending on how busy the assay labs are at the time. So I would venture to say drill results probably are going to be later in Q2, potentially early to mid Q3. It all depends on how quickly we are able to implement the drill program, mobilize. Strategically, we're set up. We have been working on this for a while now, so all we have to do is start the process. So I would venture to say new drill results, assay results going to the market is going to be sometime Q3. As mentioned earlier, we've undertaken the updating of the 43-101 mineral resource estimate. I think this was essential for us. The 43-101 MRE that was done in 2017 is a very good report that offers us insight into the 2012 drill program. However, a lot of time has passed from 2012, 2017 to 2026. I think it was very important for us to understand what we actually had with current technology, with current market values, to be able to build upon that instead of focusing on a historical 43-101 resource. So the idea here is to offer the market something that's updated, that's recent, that's current, that can be built upon. We are extremely excited about it. Results are around the corner here. Coming up, we anticipate to have something in the next few weeks, which we will release when ready. And we are really, really excited about it. Looking forward to it. Newfoundland is a Tier 1 mining jurisdiction, consistently rated in the top 10 by the Fraser Institute from a mining jurisdiction perspective. All of Newfoundland, specifically Western Newfoundland, is a hot target area. We have other major mining companies in proximity to us, whether it's Maritime Resources, whether it's NFG, Firefly, Big Ridge, and others. As I mentioned, we sit right on the Bay Verte fault line. There's a lot of interest in Newfoundland right now, and not only from a North American perspective. Having worked globally, I have been often asked recently around the world, especially in Europe, about Newfoundland, about what Newfoundland offers, and we are fully convinced that Newfoundland will probably become the next Ontario of mining, as a top-tier mining jurisdiction, and we are extremely happy to be there. We have a very mining-friendly environment to work in. The government has been extremely supportive of mining companies in Newfoundland. They have shown that time and time over with their approach to mining companies. The people are very welcoming. They like mining. They like what it brings and the opportunity it creates both for Newfoundland and Labrador and for the investor. So a great opportunity to be in Newfoundland right now.